right, studio time check says it's 33 minutes past 6 a.m. Today, the third day in the sixth month of the year 2025. Good morning to you, dear listener. Thank you for tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM. The program this morning is Perspectives Unlimited, where we take a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. We take a look at these headlines, we bring out the stories, talk about them, go beyond the news to help you make sense of all of these stories. This morning will be no different. We're going to be taking a look at all of the headlines. And you, our dear listener, you're welcome to join us. How can you join us, you say? It's simply by dropping your comments on our Facebook fan page. We're currently live on our Facebook fan page, which was created specially for you. It's Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. I'll take that again. Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Just follow us, like, and drop your comments. We're also live on YouTube as well, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. All right. You can also listen online this morning via our website, www.wellsradio893.com. My name is Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola, and let's take a quick look at the headlines this morning. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the lead headline says, Weaponization of Poverty. APC tackles Atiku, Amici. El Rufai says trio united by desperation. Silent on 8 years of Buhari administration. That story is on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. More headlines. NAF airstrikes kill 20 terrorists in Zamfara. That's on page 26. More headlines. Courts shut. Lawyers, litigants stranded as judiciary workers begin strike. That story is on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. North must support Southwest in 2027 to complete 8 years in power, says Shehu Sani. That story is on page 16. Aggrieved lawmakers ask WAEC registrar to resign over conduct of midnight exam. Exam body blames outsourced printers for leaked English paper, says papers were distributed by road nationwide. That story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Still taking more headlines. Suspected herders kill 43 in Benue communities. That's on page 3. Ground rent. I derive joy in stepping on toes of powerful people, says Wike. That's on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, 2027, Wike's Tinubu endorsement sparks opposition firestorm. PDP bigwigs, opposition parties split over minister stance. Bode George, Amechi camp, others vow to fight Wike. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And there's this alarming headline that says 7 states spend 190% of revenue on loan repayment. That's on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. Federal government estimates 880 billion naira yearly for road maintenance. That's on page 32. Lagos APC, Labour Party in turmoil as PDP eyes local government poll upset. That's on page 7. Boko Haram fueled by political elite to destabilize Tinubu. That's from Kalu, and you find our story on page 16 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. Presidency moves to settle 2 trillion naira power debt. That's on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. And finally, 3 Nigerians bag 15 years jail for fraud in India. That's on pages 4 and 6 of the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning, the lead headline says, "Publish or perish." 97% of public varsities default in online visibility transparency order. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. More headlines. PDP chides AGF as Osun government sues federal government for stopping council's allocation. That's on page 7. 16 years after meltdown, NGX market cap surges by 347.5%. That's on business page 15. More headlines. Over 950 southeast locations occupied by bandits, herdsmen, and kidnappers. That's on news page 29. Natasha's denial of sexual harassment allegations against me, an afterthought, says Omokri. That's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Ribadu's warning against ransom payment to kidnappers. That's the editorial of the Guardian this morning on page 12. Mokwa flood. Over 1,000 still missing. 200 bodies recovered. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. These and many more we're going to talk about on the show this morning. Taking a look at these stories and, of course, digging deep to help you make sense of the stories. All right, this morning I have with me in-house news editor and analyst, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning to you.
Good morning, Bola.
How do you do?
I'm okay.
All right. Okay, so this morning we have, a couple of headlines on the front pages across the different dailies. And I suppose we should, start from the firestorm brimming in the PDP. We have this headline on almost all the dailies. Weakest Tinubu endorsement sparks opposition firestorm. Now, the Punch says that the PDP, the NNPP, the Coalition of United Political Parties, and many others have strongly criticized the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, for openly declaring his plan to lead President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-election campaign. Apparently, during the media chat yesterday in Abuja, he had described himself as a key asset in helping President Tinubu win the 2027 election. He said he also was not involved in any anti-party activities, and he challenged the PDP to suspend him if they believed otherwise. What is the consequence of this to the PDP faithfuls?
No, there is no... the issue is that if we have... that's why I keep maintaining the fact that what we have in Nigeria are not political parties. You understand? They are not political parties. They are just people who gather to take over power because it is an easiest way to plunder the country. If you have political powers in Nigeria, if you have political parties in Nigeria, there must be ideology, there must be cardinal beliefs of each party, which will be stated down. And it is not a party where somebody will come and buy over the party. Everybody is invited, provided you pay your dues and make your contributions. But what we have in Nigeria is not political parties. That's why the likes of Wike can be doing what he's doing. If it is a place where there are political parties, it would have long been suspended. You understand? But because it is not a party, it is just a gathering of strange bedfellows masquerading as political parties. That's why you have the likes. That's why he's doing what he's doing. And the party has no mechanism to send him away. If it is stated down in a party during the formation of each party, these are red lines that no member should cross. This is what we believe in, and this is what we don't believe in. And that's why our INEC man, Mahmoud, went to Ghana and said he was shocked to see that he saw people that remained in one political party for 30 years because they believe in the manifesto of the party. Every party stands for something, but in Nigeria, our political parties don't stand for anything. That's why they can fall for anything. They don't, and that's why somebody can move from one party in the morning to in the evening he moves to another one because nothing is binding him with any party. So he doesn't believe he's not a party. It's just Nigerians call them political parties. I don't regard them as political parties. They are just strange bedfellows. It's a club, or do I call it a club or do I call it a fraternity where people gather? There's not even fraternity. things bind them together. They defend themselves. There are certain things you don't do if you are a frat. You understand? But these people, nothing. There's no principle. Nothing, anything goes. It's a jamboree. It's a bazaar. Anything, anybody can do it. So that's why you have the likes of Wike doing what he's doing. And the party is handcuffed to subject him to any discipline, because there's none in the first place.
But isn't this a case of rebellion on the FCT minister's part? Because apparently his issues stem from the 2023 elections, where he said that he had told them that, well, as it stands, that the presidency should go to the south, but the PDP, refused, and that was when the issue has started.
But let me tell you something, Bola. When you talk of, Wike, if you look at what happened when PDP was initially having problems, he was the one bankrolling them. You understand? That goes to show that there is no political party in place. Nothing. Because they did not agree to zone the presidency to the south, is still an evidence that there is no political party in place. Because in a party, rules are rules and must be obeyed. When it was the time of this man, Atiku Abubakar, they supported him. Then when he came now, Atiku Abubakar himself was the one who ruined the party. So if there is a political party in place, Atiku Abubakar wouldn't have done what he did, that threw up the likes of Wike. So that's why I'm saying that even APC is not a political party. It's not. They're all strange bedfellows. They're all there for something that we cannot say on air. You understand? They are not political parties. If they are political parties, Atiku Abubakar would have obeyed the rules of the party. He didn't, because he thought that, when it was now his turn to support, he reneged on his promise, which means there's no political party. In a Senate clan where there are political parties, you don't do as you like. But here, it's not about political party. It's about big men with big money, strange money. Nobody knows where they got it from. So they come and buy over a party. Look at our party. Look at the nominations. And look at the conventions they have all had. Somebody will come with a ton of money and be sharing dollars. That's not a political party. It is not. It is Nigerians that don't even know their onions that are calling them political. They are not political parties as far as Chukwuemeka Munachiso is concerned. They are not. Because I witnessed a political party in Nigeria. My mother was one of the party members. I won't mention the name of the party. And if we come back home, I'll be telling us how they contributed money, what they said and what they didn't say, how one man came up to say something and they challenged the man and the man stepped down. Because with his money, they challenged him. Who will challenge anybody in Nigerian political party today? That's why they keep telling you they don't have structures of corruption. People they have bought over. There's no political party in Nigeria. So let us not be calling them political parties. They are not. If they are political parties, they will have something they believe in. They will have rules and regulation, which no matter how much money you have, you cannot violate that. They will send you away. That's why Wike is behaving, and Wike is even a liability to the president. Is a big problem to the president, because this thing is throwing his weight around with hell on the president during the 2027. Let's just watch.
Now, what message, by keeping mum about these activities of the FCT minister, what message do you think that the PDP itself is sending to its faithful members?
You see this election that is coming, Bola, it's not about political party. It's about individuals. Like our governor here, Sheyi Makinde, said, the hunger will decide 2027. It's not about a political party.
Now, when you say hunger will decide 2027, for me, it barely 2 meanings.
Okay.
It could either be, for the fact that, Nigerians want someone who is going to come to change the country, away from all of this hardship we're facing. And on the other hand, it could also mean that people are going to be bought over.
Look, if you decide to be bought over, that's your own cup of tea. You understand? That's why the governor said it is hunger that... Forget about defections. Forget about what Wike is. Wike is a big liability to Tinubu. I hope he knows that. But here, we don't have... What we people in all this hem of political, what we call political parties, they are not thinkers. They don't look at things holistically. They see it as, this one is grandstanding, this one is trying to draw. But because there's no party, there's no character. Each party is supposed to have a character. When you look at the party, this is the character of this party. In a characterless party, the likes of Wike will be saying whatever they want to say because there's no rule. There's no rule of engagement. There's nothing. Everybody is there just for power. Nothing is engaging them. Nothing is making them. Oh boy, you've crossed the line. Oh. Nigerians will maybe turn against us because of this thing you are saying. But because Nigerians don't matter, Nigerians have been abrogated. They are not in the equation. So they believe that whatever they and that's why they will stand before you and tell you lies. And they believe that go to a sinner country, for you telling lies, you are nobody will vote for you. But in Nigeria, the more depraved you are as a human being, the more electable you are. That's our tragedy as a people. And that's why I keep saying there's no political parties here. All their businessmen and women, I won't even call them fraternities because fraternities have rule of engagement. They have laws. You cannot violate it. These people are just, they are people that don't believe in anything. They are people that, anywhere belly face, as we used to say in the street balance.
All right, thank you so much, Chukwemeka. Now, let's move on, to talk about more headlines. And we moved to WAEC. A couple of weeks ago, it was JAM.
It was JAM.
But now it's WAEC. So apparently, we saw a footage surfaced on social media. I'm not sure whether it was a picture or a video. I saw
it was a video.
I saw it like a still from the video of students writing their WAEC in the midnight.
Yeah, it was a video.
Now, the House of Representatives Committee on Basic Education and Examination Bodies yesterday chided the management of WAEC over apart from that, the widespread irregularities, operational failures that characterize the 2025 Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination. Now, the head of WAEC, Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, made several explanations. Will I put it that way? He apologized for the issue. He said some of them were due to the errors from the people that they outsourced, and so much more. Now, it became a rowdy session because, in fact, at some point, one of the lawmakers said, admit your failure to the Nigerian people. If you need to cry, go ahead. But when you're done, tender your resignation. Of course, that was the shade to the JAM registrar. Now,
Prof.
Yes.
And the Prof wept.
Now, defending WAEC, Dr. Dangote said there were unforeseen logistical challenges and insecurity in parts of the country. He said that all their papers were distributed by road, and hence the fact that some of the papers were unable to get to some parts of the country on time. Now, I want us to use this, how passionate the reps are about this versus our elections. Because just as Dr. Dangote, the head of WAEC Nigeria, had said that most of their papers were distributed by road, printed in Nigeria, outsourced. Same we have for our elections by INEC. And we see all the irregularities, we see all the different, issues that happen. And INEC probably has more operatives
than WAEC.
And we see how it usually goes. Some areas don't even get their ballot papers
until after the elections are over.
It basically shows that Nigeria is a logistical nightmare.
No,
because of insecurity.
Bola. That's why we have a multidimensional problem in this country. Multidimensional, that it will take us years to sort this mess out. When JAMB came up with their incomplete questions and technical glitches, everybody remembered INEC, inconclusive election all over the place. It is not that these people don't have the money to do the needful. The state gave them enough money, I'm sure. The problem is that our lackadaisical attitude, indiscipline, lack of commitment to what we do as a people. Because if there are consequences for you failing to discharge your duty in Nigeria, I don't think WAEC man will be coming to talk this rubbish he's talking. He won't. But because there are no consequences, things happen here and we look over and we overlook it. Things happen. Do you know how many children you have disrupted their future? Do you know how many of them that died as a result of what this man came out to be talking? Because, Bola, as far as we keep on behaving the way we are behaving, there's no way this country will move forward. It's not a cause, it's a reality. We must make sure that when people are in public office, you must do what you are employed to do. You came here this early morning. Are you not a mother of two? Look at the odds you braved before coming to this. By this time, because you love what you are doing. How many of them love what they are doing? They are just there because they are obsessed, because of their obsessive hunt for cash. That's why many of them find themselves in positions where they know they cannot discharge their duties very well. And when they fail, the state will not do them anything. If we have a law in this country whereby you are appointed to do something and you didn't do it, you go for it. A lot of people will not. You give them position, they will say no because they know that this is a stress way for you to go to jail. But people collect jobs they know they cannot perform. People are employed not because they merited a position, because of ethnicity, because of religion. They put you in a place where you are not supposed to be. And when you are there, people that, that's why, look at our power minister. Somebody that has been in a banking system for a very long time, you put him in power. What does he know about power? This man has been counting money all his life. Can he count electricity? Does he even know the cables that are fake or not? So the people he met on the ground will be confusing him. So the man is wired to fail. He will fail. He can't succeed in that ministry. That's why the man is having problem in the power ministry. He doesn't know anything about it. You take somebody from this thing, let me say, from education, and you go and put him in sports ministry. What does he know about sports? He doesn't even know which one is the left wing and right wing. He doesn't know anything. And whatever the people he met on the ground tell him is what he will do. And they will deceive him because they will not allow him to do anything meaningful. Anywhere that they will know they will be getting money. That's easy money. That's why they'll be pushing him to take decision. Bring this, bring that. Go and check this man now that is talking this about WAEC and check his background. And tell me what he has that he is heading that organization. And look at what he's saying. Bola, we have a big problem on our hand as a people. The day we start putting square pegs in square holes, Nigeria will live. Nigerians will enjoy leadership.
All right, if you're just tuning in, it's Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're still taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. Quickly, we'll take a break shortly, but before we do that, by extension, let's take a look at this headline that I saw about yesterday or late Sunday. Now, a vice principal of a school, I'm sure you must have talked about this, he stopped one of his students from cheating during the ongoing WASE, and he was brutally assaulted by thugs allegedly hired by the parents of the students.
That's where we have arrived. You understand? That is the society where we are now. A mother. Do you know what it means to be a mother? Mothers are the backbone of any nation. That's why every reasonable country must not play with the education of women. When you educate women, we educate a generation. But when women are illiterate, you have illiterate all over the place because women are closer to the children. That's why a normal country, they don't joke with the education of their female folks. They don't. Because the moment women are educated, you are going to have educated citizens. Because they are closer to the children. You understand? Look at what a mother... Now, that boy now, you have hired thugs to go and beat the vice principal. When that boy gets into university, what do you think he will join? He will join the cult. Because the mother has shown him the way to do it. And that is why our country... My sister, any day I wake up, I begin to wonder, how do we arrive at this place where we are today? A mother. You hire thugs to go and beat the vice principal because the vice principal said your child must not enter in the examination hall with a phone. Somebody said that woman must be highly placed for her to have that audacity to come with. Yes, he must. Nigeria here, once you are connected to a local government chairman or connected to, you can do anything you like.
Do you know
because there's no law. Yes. Do you know who I am? Do you know where I'm coming from? Police will even tell you I will shoot you and nothing will happen. And actually nothing will happen because this is a jungle. We don't run a country. Bola, I will live to see Nigeria a normal country. Honestly speaking, I pray for this country and I will keep on saying this thing. Nigeria must be normal. If it is madness, it must be cured. Honestly, so that people will have a new lease of life. How can we be continually living like this? No rules, nothing. Look at people driving against traffic. Who are those driving against traffic? Police, army, soldier. people that should maintain the law are the ones breaking the law. And we say we are a country. What kind of country? Somebody will wander in from Fota Jelon and be killing people. Army will tell us that, oh, they are foreigners. What have you done to flush them out? Since they are foreigners, our borders are porous. And we have people we pay with taxpayers' money at the borders. And they turn the blind eye when people are coming in with AK-47, with so many things. Somebody told us that the arms and ammunition the state imported ended up in the hands of, what do we do? Who has been prosecuted? Nobody. UAE said they will give us the names of terrorism financiers. Have they told us the people? No. How do we run a country? It's not a country. We cannot continue doing this. That's why I keep saying, if people that call themselves our, how do they even feel when they travel outside this country and see where people are living normally and Nigerians are living like animals in a cage? How do we live like this? Right. Violence everywhere. It's scary, my sister. Very scary.
Thank you so much. We'll take a short break, but when we come back, the phone lines will be open so that our listeners will be able to contribute to the show. Now, that's not the only way you can contribute to the show. You can also contribute by sending us comments on our Facebook fan page, Wells Radio 893 FM. And the phone lines are 0916 893 1000, 0916 893 2000, and 0915 333 4893. We'll take that break now and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Your preferred wholesome radio. Give your child the gift of excellence at Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Are you searching for a school where top quality education meets care, love, and safety? A school where skilled professionals ignite young minds in an environment that stimulates learning, creativity, and moral growth? Do you desire a school that offers rich academic curricula designed to prepare your child for local and international examinations, opening doors to future success both within and outside Nigeria? At Juniors International School, we don't just educate, we discover and nurture each child's unique aptitude while molding them into highly productive global citizens driven by godly principles. Join us on the journey of raising tomorrow's leaders. Admission test into pre-nursery to year 5 holds on Friday, 5th August 2025. Venue, Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Time 9 a.m. Admission forms are available online at www.juniorsinternationalschool.com or at the school premises. Juniors International School, Center of Excellence.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Yomi on 0706 616 5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you're welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. It's still Perspectives Unlimited. We're taking a look at headline stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. And yes, the phone lines are officially open. You can be a part of the conversation this morning. We've talked about so many things from the House of Reps members grilling the WAEC chief to talking about Wiki's endorsement of President Bolanle Tinubu for the 2027 elections. We also talked about the thugs who assaulted an Ondo teacher for stopping his student from cheating. Now, let's move on to Kameka. Now, this headline on the Punch says, 7 states spend 190% of revenue on loan repayment. Now, it says 7 states spent an average of 190% of their IGR, that's internally generated revenue, on debt servicing in the first quarter of 2025, a development that shows the worsening fiscal strain facing subnational governments. Now, data from the quarter one, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you are calling
Hello?
from? Okay, we can hear you, but it appears that you cannot
Hello?
hear us. Please call us back. Please call us back, 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, this is Ruth calling from Malacca.
You're welcome, Ruth. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Let's have your
Yes,
contribution.
On this Wiki stuff, I never expected anything less from Mr. Wiki. Because he is just only after his pocket. I would do anything possible to stabilize the main opposition party in order to pave way for the re-election of the president. So, but at time, the PDP knows he is not for them and showing the way out of the party. If truly they want to do the needful content election. Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Saying that the PDP needs to suspend Wike, show him the way out of the party. All right, the phone lines are still open, 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the show this morning. Now, we're talking about some states that have spent over 190% of their IGR. Hello, good morning.
Hello, one second. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir. You're welcome. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes,
my name is Salami. I'm calling from Awoton.
You're welcome, Mr. Salami. Please go ahead.
All right, madam. Good morning, Mr. Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Salami.
Thank you. All right, well done, well done. Madam, please, you asked Mr. Chukwemeka a question. I just want to kind of maybe shed more light on what he has already said.
Please go
ahead. Help him to answer the question, because you asked him what message is the crisis in PDP sending to the team members or lovers of PDP in the country. Honestly speaking, it's a very good question, and the message is simple, that PDP did not even deserve the trust of Nigerians to start with, that PDP is a weak party, it's a very useless party, honestly speaking. Here's a party that has produced 3 presidents, countless state governors, past and present, countless senators, countless House of Rep members and state House of Assembly members. Does it mean now that all of them, they have submitted the authority of the party to Wike? That Wike has gone so big and above every other person in the party. President Jonathan is still around. Past former President Obasanjo is still available. He's still around. Countless governors. That means they've all sold their soul to Wike because they have been the one that have been funding the party. And that's why Wike is still challenging them boldly that if they can, they should suspend him. That means even, I remember what Tom was even bragging that Wike is their chairman. Wike is their chairman during their G5 governor. Something in shenanigans that time. So, madam, the answer is this. PDP has now shown Nigerians that Nigerians should look elsewhere. And just vote for a particular candidate, no longer PDP. The candidate from any other party that can deliver Nigeria. That's a party that has spent 16 years in the corridors of power in this country. Yet, only one person is the one deciding their affairs. I won't be surprised if by tomorrow we should approach the court to dissolve PDP. We need little or no resistance. For this about budget justice just bloviating here and there. Yes, a man that if Tinubu should become president today, he will leave Nigeria tomorrow. Where is he today? Is he still in Lagos? That is not surprising if budget judge is among those that are even keen to see Tinubu in Lagos. It shows that PDP is dead, and PDP does not even deserve the trust and the patronage of Nigerians in the first instance. Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami, for your views this morning. Chukwemeka, do you want to re-answer that question?
No. Mr. Salami, my good friend, has said it all. You understand? He has said it all. There's nothing left again. It's just a carcass.
All right. Now, before that call came in, while we still encourage you to join the program by contributing your quota, call us 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. Be a part of the conversation this morning. Also, drop your comments on our Facebook fan page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, and on YouTube, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Bolanle.
You're welcome, Mr. George. How are you doing this morning?
I thank God. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. All right, please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Okay, let me quickly do that. Did you listen to Mr. Salami? Very well.
Yes, we did. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Okay. Nigeria is now anchored on the rich and the poor. And the rich are on top of every action now. There is a song those days, money, 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 always money. You see, where money is going to take this country to, we are not going to be able to stand it. These people who are fighting for 2027, they are not talking about the killings all around this country now. They are not talking about how many people are dying in every corner of this country, floor and every sort of death. I pity this country. We who are saying that we are going to take 2027, let's prepare ourselves and see what we can do about it. If not, forget about any party. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Mr. George. All right. Keep the calls coming while we, continue to talk about other issues. Now, I was talking about this headline on The Punch that says 7 states spend 190% of revenue on loan repayment. So apparently, data from Q1 of the 2025 budget implementation reports of Bayelsa, Adamawa, Benue, Niger, Kogi, Taraba, and Bauchi states have shown that the debt service expenditure in each of the states exceeded their internally generated revenue, some cases by more than 300%. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chukwuemeka.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much.
Apologies, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name, I think your usual caller now, Tayo.
You're welcome, sir. Just for the benefit of the other listeners, sir. Can you turn down the volume on your radio sets, please?
No, the radio is off. The radio is off.
Okay.
It's not on at all. It's not on at all.
All right.
So, I said something yesterday when I contributed to your program. I said, what is happening in the country now, as far as insecurity is concerned, I said this is the right time for Ajero to shut down the country. Let people stay at home. I was listening to another radio program this morning where it was reported, I cannot remember the newspaper that carried it. They said 20 vigilantes were killed in Zamfara. The analyst had to correct the presenter that no, it wasn't 20, that they were 2. That the remaining 18 were those kidnappers and or the bandits, so they called it. Now, my question is this: where do we go from here? The ground soldiers, they have been overwhelmed by Boko Haram, by the bandits and kidnappers. Now the Air Force came to their rescue. Now with that report, I did not now being demoralized. Each time the Air Force are attacking this down, really fighting there. I don't know. Okay, now how do you feel? What do you think will be going on in the minds of those Air Force men now? It was even reported that the bandits wanted to shoot down the plane about the Air Force jet. And why for God's sake? Who are the sponsors of these people? Because somewhere, I think, I'm sorry, I may be wrong, press are culpable for all this thing that is happening. If not all things that happen in America are reported by American press now. There are certain things, there are some security that will be kept, in their armpits now, that will not be revealed to the public. We are talking of insecurity. Killings every day. Most of the time when Mr. Chukwuemeka is talking, I always picture him. God is so passionate about this country. He wants a better Nigeria. But our leaders are not listening. Good morning, madam.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo, for your contribution. However, I'd like to, sound a bit of a note of warning this morning to our dear callers. We love you so much, and we would ask that, as much as possible, you please stay away from allegations that are not founded. Mr. Tayo just said that he believes that the press has a hand in some of these things. The job of the press is strictly to report events that happen as they happen and when they happen. So yes, please let's stay away from unfounded allegations, whether against the government, against the press or anything. If you're not sure, please use the word allegedly. All right. So quickly, let's talk about this. States are paying almost 100% of their IGR as loan repayments, as for debt servicing. And in most of these situations, Chukemeka, it's even a case of they're not paying the actual money they borrowed, it's just interest. Let's take this call quickly. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, ma'am. Your name and where you're calling from? Miriam, you're welcome. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right, please go ahead.
For Nigerians' peace and prosperity, I believe a secured environment is crucial. And to achieve this, we should consider all measures to provide maximum security. So I think federal government should please listen to us at least for once and provide maximum security for everyone. We really cannot continue like this. Debt toll is getting higher and different shades of insecurity, whether from bandits, terrorists, and so on. So they really need to do the info on time. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much for that.
You see, the loans are for what? That's the thing. You see, Bola, the easiest way to be a big man in Nigeria is to be a politician. That's the easiest way. If you want to be a rich man, join politics.
Hello, good morning.
She's eloquent, she's sound, she's a good journalist, fine journalist. I give you this money, man. God bless you. My name is Mr.
You're welcome, Mr. Mario. How do you do this morning?
Fine. How do you do?
I'm fine, thank you. Please go ahead. Oh, so sorry, but we can barely hear you, Mr. Mario. We can barely hear you. You can call our other line, 0915 333 4893. 0915 333 4893.
So when you join politics, you are mad. You know why? You are not accountable to anybody. You are not. Any money that comes to your state as a governor, you know, this subsidy removal, you know, the states have a lot of money to play with. But does it not bother you, Bola, that before subsidy removal?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, is it better now?
Yes, it's better. You're welcome back, Mr. Mario. Please go ahead.
Now, on the issue of this, I want Nigerians to get one thing for sure. And the thing is that
Mr. Mario, I think the issue is from your end. We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
So before the subsidy removal, we are not borrowing much. The moment we remove subsidy, we are supposed to have a lot of money. We started borrowing, and spending as if there's no money, as if we borrowed more. Now the governors have a lot of money as a result of subsidy removal, and now they are even borrowing more money because they are not accountable to anybody. That's why I said the easiest way to be a rich man in Nigeria is to join politics. The governors, the people self, do they even ask questions? Is there any channel through which people will? Because there's nothing like, you see, this civic education they teach our children in school. I think they should go beyond, because Nigerians don't even know that without them there's no government. That is why governors are borrowing, and they are using all their internal generated revenue to pay interest. The money they borrowed, who are they giving account to? Are they not borrowed in the name of the people? If you borrow in my name, for goodness sake, you must tell me what you did with the money. It doesn't happen here. That's why the states will keep on borrowing, because at the end of the day, when they are no longer in office, the governor that comes in will start from where the other one stopped and keep on borrowing. There's no accountability. Bola, I keep saying it. We will not have a normal country when there's no accountability. And I keep asking this question, which nobody has given me an answer. These people, do they run Nigeria the way they run their companies? Because they have company. You have a company, you go there, the person you put there as MD or as or whatever does what he likes. He doesn't give you account of anything that you give him money, but you wasting money and time, and you come as the owner of that company. You won't sack the person. Is that how they? But when it comes to Nigeria, because there's nobody to give account to, that's why they are borrowing, they are servicing debts, and people do not see what they are using the money for, and nobody is asking questions. Look, Bola, according to Karl Marx, any system that demands your silence, any system that demands your silence is designed to profit from your suffering. That's what Karl Marx said. Any system of government that demands your silence, that you don't have to talk, and you know what they're doing, but you don't have to talk, that government is designed to profit from your suffering. That's what Karl Marx said. And that is what is playing out in our country, Nigeria.
All right. Let's move on and talk about what happened in Zamfara, because obviously we cannot avoid that. We can't do without talking about it. We'll take it from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Now, it says that authorities of the Nigerian Air Force and the local vigilante groups yesterday disagreed. So this is moving past, what happened. Disagreed about the victims of the air operations that were carried out against the Moravian terrorists, wreaking havoc in some areas in Zamfara State. Now, the vigilantes explained that those killed by the NAF airstrikes were some of their members, but authorities of the force insisted that their airstrikes killed several bandits and foiled a planned attack on the civilians. The Air Force also confirmed that 2 local vigilantes paid the supreme price when the troops attached with the Operation Fasa in Yama foiled the attack. But the vigilantes said the numbers were more than that. So apparently, if you're just hearing this story for the first time, the air troops were deployed to Garimani, a village in Maru local government area, on Saturday, following an attack carried out by the bandits. And according to the locals, they say the attack left several residents dead and 50 others abducted, mostly farmers working on their fields. They say that these assailants arrived on motorcycle around noon, opening fire indiscriminately and causing widespread panic. And in response, local vigilante groups mobilized and gave chase to them. So the NAF on its end then said that they deployed, their own machinery to neutralize. They said they successfully neutralized over 20 armed terrorists and destroyed more than 21 motorcycles. There's a clash between people that have come together to defend their families and then the instrument of the Nigerian Air Force.
Let me tell you something, but if you want to know the truth, listen to the locals, not the Air Force. Because we have had several examples in this country where innocent people were bombed. This is not the first time now, and this will not be we said it earlier on, that time will not be the last. Now it has happened again. I don't know the kind of training they gave them. If you want to know the truth, the locals will tell you what exactly. The version I read was that these people were in their communities. Invaders came in and they mobilized themselves and gave them chase. Along the line, when they were chasing after these people, aircraft came and began to bomb and killed a lot of the vigilantes. Air Force now coming out. Is it not the same Air Force people that came out to tell us that they killed one? Do you know how many times Chekara was killed in this country? You know how many times they killed him? Forget about this. They won't tell you the truth. Instead of them to accept responsibility for what has happened. The most important thing, the tragedy of it all is that we lost Nigerians. And like we said, this government is not even looking at security of this country. But people are dying. And the blood is not water. It's not water because any land that sheds blood on a daily basis is a cursed land. You can't create life. The good book said life is in the blood. And we are wasting people every now and then. And we think that we have it, that we have it all. And we are preparing for 2027. And we are not looking at the welfare of the people we say we want to lead. People will not go to their farms. And we are borrowing money because the money they now want to borrow. They say it's for critical infrastructure, and agriculture was involved. Where is agriculture going on in Nigeria today? Tell me where agriculture is going on in Nigeria today, where they are borrowing money for the sake of agriculture. Bola, there is a problem. And only God will save this country. Because as it is right now, because we are here, we feel secured. The people in the north are having it rough.
Let's take this call as our final call on the show this morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is George calling back.
You're welcome, sir. You have just 2 minutes. Let's have your take, sir.
Yes. You see, there was this young girl that was really in the Air Force doing very well last time that was killed, not by any firing from the ground, but by his schoolmates some time ago. Because they say that girl was very good in her action when she goes out for this bombing. precision. He will get the right thing. They killed her. Now, we are now talking about Air Force misfiring. How do they work if they don't go out for such a job? Because without the air support, the ground troop may not be able to face these terrorists.
Okay. So,
All right.
so Bola, that is the issue. You understand? We are not sincere. There's no transparency. People are trooping into Nigeria, headers here and there, killing people here and there, and the governors are crying, come and help. Help you as how? And yet we call ourselves a country. It's a shame.
All right, thank you so much for that, Chukwemeka. As we gradually wrap up the show this morning, the National Onion Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria has intensified their efforts to combat the spread of counterfeit onion seeds across the country. They said there's a growing infiltration of substandard onion seeds into the onion value chain, which may cause losses for farmers. Additionally, the federal government has announced public holidays, the 6th and the 9th of June, as public holidays to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration. This was announced yesterday by the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo. That's it on Perspectives Unlimited this morning. Thank you to everyone who joined. However, don't go away. The sports crew is right on hand, ready to give you the latest, the freshest, and the best stories in the world of sports this morning. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka, for being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me, Bola. God save Nigeria.
God save Nigeria. I am Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola. Don't go anywhere. Just stay with us on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.